buckle up, everybody, because today we're heading underground.
Into the fascinating world of sewer construction supervision.
You got it.
Not exactly glamorous.
Not glamorous, no, but way more important than most people realize.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're digging into today.
We are.
Using these really cool career guides from RoleCatcher.
Yeah.
Have you heard of RoleCatcher?
I have, yeah.
They've got this great website. Tons of resources about all sorts of career paths.
Super in-depth guides.
Yeah, and we're taking a deep dive today to one specific guide all about sewer construction supervision.
Right, and honestly, just reading through this stuff,
Yeah.
I'm kind of blown away by
I know.
how vital this role is to
See.
keeping society functioning.
It really is the foundation of a functioning society.
Yeah, you think about it.
Yeah,
What happens after you flush the toilet?
right.
It's got to go somewhere.
We don't think about it.
Yeah, and a well-designed and well-maintained sewer system is absolutely crucial for
Public health.
public health, sanitation,
Environs.
everything.
And sewer construction supervisors are the ones who make it all happen.
They're the unsung heroes.
So let's break it down.
Okay.
What do these supervisors actually do all day?
Right, because I got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I had a very limited view of this before I dove into these RoleCatcher guides.
What'd you think?
I just pictured somebody standing in a ditch all day.
Just like watching a hole get dug.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a little more involved than that.
It is, thankfully.
So tell me about it.
Well, think of them kind of like the conductors of an underground orchestra.
Okay.
Right? They're coordinating everything from the initial planning and design
Wow.
to the actual installation of the pipes.
Okay.
They make sure the work is done right, it's done efficiently, effectively, and with minimal impact on the environment.
So they're not just managing the physical construction itself. They're also dealing with budgets, permits, safety regulations, coordinating with all the different teams and stakeholders.
It's a lot of hats they're wearing.
It's a lot of hats.
It's a lot of responsibility.
So you need a really unique blend of skills.
Absolutely.
Like you've got to have that technical expertise,
You got to know your stuff.
but also be a really good problem solver
On the fly, problem solving.
and a leader.
Yeah, they're making decisions constantly.
Wow.
Solving unexpected problems.
And motivating their team
Yes.
in some potentially challenging conditions.
Often in challenging conditions.
Speaking of challenging conditions.
Yes, let's talk about that.
This RoleCatcher guide does not sugarcoat it
No, they don't.
when it comes to the work environment.
No, it's not for the faint of heart.
It's primarily outdoors
Outdoors, yeah.
in all kinds of weather
All kinds of weather.
and physically demanding.
Oh, yeah.
We're not talking like a little light rain here.
No, no, no.
This is the real deal.
We're talking scorching heat,
Yeah.
freezing cold,
Pouring rain.
torrential downpours.
Everything.
Name it.
You probably worked through it.
I've seen it all.
This is not a job for somebody who wants to be in a climate-controlled office.
Nope, this is about
This is about being in the trenches,
literally.
leading from the front lines.
Exactly.
Okay, so maybe not the most glamorous aspect of the job, but I'm guessing you get a lot of fresh air at least.
That's one way to look at it.
And you mentioned earlier that it's more than just managing pipes and trenches these days.
Yeah, it's really interesting how much technology is changing.
Yeah.
This whole field.
RoleCatcher highlights some really cool tech that's kind of changing the
It's
game
amazing.
in sewer construction.
Yeah.
So no more just digging a hole with a shovel and hoping for the best.
Well, I mean, there's some of that,
Yeah.
but technology is playing an increasingly important role.
Like what?
For example, they're using CAD now, which is computer-aided design,
Okay.
to create detailed 3D models of the sewer systems before they even start digging.
So they can actually visualize the entire project before anything even happens.
Exactly.
To identify potential problems, optimize the design.
It's incredible.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And what about 3D printing?
Oh, that's another big one.
Which I saw that in the guide too.
Yeah, 3D printing is revolutionizing the way they create custom parts.
Okay.
So instead of relying on pre-made components that might not be a perfect fit,
Right.
they can 3D print specialized parts right there on site,
Oh, wow.
which saves a ton of time and money.
That's amazing.
Imagine needing a specific pipe fitting.
Yeah.
Boom, you just print it out right there.
That's incredible.
It's amazing.
It really does sound like
It's very high-tech.
sewer construction is becoming
It is.
increasingly high-tech.
It is.
My perception of this field has already shifted drastically
I know, right?
just from these first few insights from RoleCatcher.
It's fascinating. And speaking of insights,
Yeah.
RoleCatcher also highlights some industry trends that really caught my eye.
Okay, let's talk trends.
Okay.
What is going on in the world of sewer construction these days?
So,
I'm guessing with aging infrastructure,
yes,
growing populations.
huge demand.
The demand for these professionals must be through the roof.
You are spot on. Through the roof is an understatement.
Really?
RoleCatcher actually calls it a booming industry.
Wow.
And for good reason.
Yeah.
We're not just talking about maintaining what's already here.
Right.
There's a massive need for new infrastructure projects.
Yeah, that makes sense.
To accommodate growing populations and all this urban development.
So job security right out of the gate.
You got it.
That's always good to hear,
Absolutely.
especially these days.
But it goes beyond just job security.
Yeah.
Here's where it gets really interesting
Okay.
from a bigger picture perspective.
Okay.
Remember we were talking about sustainability earlier?
Yeah.
Well, the sewer construction industry
Yeah.
is becoming increasingly focused on eco-friendly solutions. Yeah, which is not something people typically associate with.
Not the first thing that comes to mind.
With sewage.
No, not really.
We know.
But it makes sense when you think about it.
It does.
What are some examples of those sustainable solutions?
Well, they're using a lot of recycled materials now
Oh, wow.
in the construction.
Interesting.
They're implementing green infrastructure
Okay.
to manage stormwater runoff.
That's huge.
And they're even exploring ways to capture and repurpose biogas
Wow.
from wastewater treatment.
That's amazing.
It's a whole new frontier.
So we're talking about a field that's not only essential,
Right.
but also evolving to meet the challenges of the future.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
It is. And for someone entering this field now,
Yeah.
it means they have the opportunity to be at the forefront of that innovation,
Wow.
shaping how we build more sustainable, resilient cities.
That's awesome.
Now, let's be real for a moment.
Okay.
The guide paints a pretty optimistic picture
Right.
of the job market. But it's not all sunshine and roses.
Right. Of course not.
There are definitely some challenges
Yeah.
and downsides to consider.
Let's not sugarcoat it.
Right.
Working outdoors in all weather conditions.
Yeah,
Dealing with, shall we say,
right.
less than pleasant materials.
Exactly.
Those are definitely factors to weigh.
They are.
RoleCatcher has a whole section on the pros and cons, right?
They do.
Okay.
And to be honest, some of the cons are pretty straightforward.
Like what?
The physical demands of the job,
Yeah.
the potential for unpleasant working conditions,
Right.
the need to be comfortable with a certain level of risk.
Right.
Those are just realities of the job.
So it's really about knowing yourself
It is.
and what you're willing to handle.
Absolutely.
What about the pros?
Okay.
What are some of the pros that stood out to you?
Well, beyond job security and good pay,
Mm-hmm.
the guide really emphasizes the sense of accomplishment
Oh,
that
sure.
comes with this work. You're literally building something essential.
Yeah.
You're seeing the tangible results of your efforts.
Yeah. I can see how that would be really rewarding,
It is.
but also probably pretty stressful at times.
Well, absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Tight deadlines, unexpected problems,
Yeah.
managing a team.
It's a high-pressure job for sure.
Yeah.
You're accountable for the safety of your team, the
Yeah.
quality of the work,
Mm-hmm.
and ultimately the health of the community.
Wow.
So it's not a job for the faint of heart,
No.
but for those who thrive under pressure,
Okay.
who enjoy problem solving
Yeah.
and leading a team,
Mm.
it can be incredibly fulfilling.
So it sounds like a career path that really tests your mettle.
It does.
So let's say someone listening is intrigued,
Okay.
maybe even a little bit in love with this idea
All right.
of being a sewer construction superhero.
Okay.
What does the path to becoming a supervisor actually look like?
Well, RoleCatcher dives into that as well.
They do.
And what I appreciate is they don't just give you like a generic career ladder.
Right.
They break it down with real-world examples
Oh, that's cool.
and specific skills needed at each stage.
Okay.
They showcase how you can climb that ladder
Okay.
from an entry-level worker to a seasoned supervisor.
So walk me through it.
Okay.
Where does someone even begin?
Often it starts with an entry-level position,
Okay.
like a sewer construction worker
Great.
or a technician.
Gotcha.
And in those roles,
Yeah.
you're learning the ropes,
Right.
mastering those hands-on skills,
Yeah.
understanding the ins and outs of the work.
So you're really building a strong foundation
Exactly.
from the ground up, literally.
Literally.
And this is where having a good mentor or supervisor can really make a difference.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Having someone who can show you the tricks of the trade,
Right.
guide you through those early challenges, help
Okay.
you develop those critical thinking skills that are so valuable.
So important in this field.
It's huge.
Okay, so you've put in the work, you've learned from the best,
Okay.
you're practically swimming through sewers with your eyes closed.
All right.
What's the next step up the ladder?
Well, that's where you start moving into more specialized roles.
Okay.
You might become a team lead,
Okay.
responsible for overseeing a smaller crew.
Okay.
Or you might specialize in a particular aspect of sewer construction,
Okay.
like pipe installation or repair.
Gotcha.
This is where you're gaining that leadership experience,
Right.
honing your technical skills,
Okay.
proving you can handle more responsibility.
Taking on more and more.
Exactly.
And then finally, you reach the peak of the sewer construction mountain.
You got it.
Supervisor levels.
Supervisor.
That's amazing.
But it's not just about tenure.
Okay.
RoleCatcher emphasizes that advancement often depends on continuous learning.
So it's not just about what you know.
No.
It's about how you continue to grow and adapt.
Exactly. The industry is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
And a good supervisor needs to be in the forefront of that change.
Makes sense. You can't just rest on your laurels
Nope.
in this field,
Yeah.
or any field for that matter.
Right.
But it is inspiring to hear that there's such a clear path for advancement, especially for those who are willing to put in the effort
Yeah.
and stay ahead of the curve.
Absolutely.
And let's not forget the power of networking.
Oh, networking is huge.
RoleCatcher actually dedicates a whole section to this in their guide.
They do.
So attending industry events,
Yes.
joining professional organizations,
Yes.
connecting with other professionals,
All of it.
these are all really crucial for staying informed
Yeah.
and opening doors to new opportunities.
It's not just about what you know.
Right.
It's about who you know as well.
It's about building those relationships,
Exactly.
sharing knowledge, positioning yourself for growth.
It's about demonstrating that you're invested in your career,
Yeah.
that you're passionate about this field.
That's huge.
Mm.
So you've got the skills,
Okay.
you've got the experience, you've got the network,
Right.
you're ready to take the leap
All right.
and land that supervisor position.
All right.
What's the key to acing that interview?
Ooh.
Really knocking their socks off? What's the secret sauce to impressing those hiring managers?
You got to be prepared, but also authentic.
Okay.
RoleCatcher has a ton of great resources.
Yes, they do.
For interview prep.
They do.
But the most valuable advice they give
Okay.
is to really showcase those problem-solving skills,
Okay.
your leadership qualities,
Right.
and your commitment to quality and safety.
It's not just about like reciting facts and figures from the textbook.
No, they want to see you think on your feet.
Right.
How would you handle a real-world situation?
Exactly. Because remember those competency-based interview questions we mentioned earlier?
Oh, yeah, those are good.
They're designed to assess
Yeah.
how you've applied your skills in the past
Mm-hmm.
and how you would approach future challenges.
Like they might ask, describe a time you had to manage a conflict within your team.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
How did you resolve it?
Those are the kind of questions that really make you think.
Yeah.
And they want to see concrete examples.
It's one thing to say, I'm a great leader,
Right.
but it's another thing to actually back it up with real experience.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to let your passion shine through as well.
Okay.
You know, they want to see
So you're saying it's okay to geek out a little bit
a little bit. Yeah.
about sewer systems.
Show them you're genuinely excited about this.
Okay.
About the work.
So own it. Like, okay, maybe I love the smell of sewage in the morning.
Maybe not that.
Okay.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That genuine passion.
It makes you memorable.
It does. It makes you stand out.
Right. They're going to remember the person who's really excited about sewer construction
Exactly.
more than the person who's just there for a paycheck.
They want someone who's invested in this. Who really cares about building and maintaining these essential systems?
Because at the end of the day, it's about more than just pipes and trenches.
It is. It's about contributing to the health and well-being of the community.
Exactly.
And that brings us back to the bigger picture.
Okay.
Where is this field headed?
Yeah. What does the future hold for sewer construction?
Well, we've talked about the booming job market,
Yeah.
the advancements in technology, the increasing focus on sustainability.
It's a lot to be optimistic about.
It is. It's a really exciting time to be a part of this industry.
And if you're interested in learning more,
Yes,
RoleCatcher has you covered.
they do.
They have tons of free resources
I know it's a
to
man.
help people navigate this whole career path.
From resume builders to interview guides,
Yeah.
career planning tools, it's all there.
They've got it all.
It's incredible.
And it's all free,
Free.
which is amazing.
I know, it's fantastic.
So, okay, before we officially close the manhole cover
Oh.
on this deep dive,
I like.
I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier,
Okay.
the future of this field.
Yes.
What are some of the big questions and challenges that sewer construction supervisors are going to be facing in the years to come?
Well, one thing that immediately comes to mind is climate change.
Oh, of course.
We're already seeing more extreme weather events,
Right.
which can really put a strain on these sewer systems.
Yeah.
Supervisors are going to need to be adaptable,
Yeah.
find innovative solutions
To handle these
to
challenges?
manage increased water volumes,
Yeah.
prevent system failures.
Wow. So they're really on the front lines of climate resilience.
They really are.
And then on top of that, you've got populations growing.
Right.
Cities are expanding.
Exactly.
They're going to need to find ways to build and maintain these systems
Yeah.
in increasingly complex urban environments.
It's a lot to juggle.
Talk about a high-pressure job.
It is, but it's also an incredible opportunity
Yeah.
to be a part of shaping a more sustainable and resilient future.
That's a good way to look at it.
Imagine being the supervisor who helps implement a groundbreaking new system
Wow.
for capturing and reusing wastewater,
That would be amazing.
or designing a sewer network that can withstand
Yeah.
the impacts of climate change. That's incredible.
That's a legacy.
That's a legacy right there.
So it's really about thinking beyond the immediate task at hand.
Yes,
Seeing that bigger picture.
absolutely.
Recognizing that even something as seemingly mundane as sewer construction
Right.
can have a really profound impact on the world around us.
It really can.
That's what I love about these RoleCatcher deep dives.
Me too.
They really open our eyes
Yeah.
to these hidden complexities,
Yeah.
unexpected opportunities.
In fields we might otherwise overlook. It's about challenging our assumptions
Exactly.
and exploring new possibilities.
So to everyone listening,
Yes.
the next time you flush,
Okay.
take a moment to appreciate
Oh, right.
that intricate network of pipes and the dedicated professionals who keep things flowing smoothly.
The unsung heroes.
You never know. You might be inspired to join their ranks
You might.
and embark on your own underground adventure.
Why not?
And when you do,
Yes.
RoleCatcher has your back
They do?
with all the resources you need
All the resources.
to navigate this fascinating career path.
They've got you covered.
That's it for today's deep dive.
That was a good one.
Until next time, keep exploring
Deep explore.
those unexpected career paths.
Absolutely.
You never know what hidden gems you might uncover.
So